Alrighty, okay, so clutter. It can stop your career straight in its tracks. There's an article by Forbes magazine, and it told me that 57% of your coworkers are looking at your messy desk and judging it. They equate your messy desk with pure laziness. There was a study done by Office Maps. They say that having a clutter on your desk, it undermines your performance, your productivity, and your motivation to do a good job. Clutter is bad news for everybody in an office setting. Having places to put your clutter is therefore of utmost importance. Not only can you show your judgy coworkers that you're productive and organized, but with the right equipment, you can make them insanely jealous as well. I present to you my very own cereal box file holders. These will take all the clutter on your desk and organize them in a stylish and jealousy-inciting way. These are also made out of cereal boxes, which is special because you make them yourself so you can tailor them to meet your own personal taste and or the theme of your office. So, you are going green and looking awesome while doing it. I am very skilled at all things Pinterest and crafty. I've been making these for, I'd say years, but really it's like a month. But they're going okay. So I'm going to impart my wisdom to you for your benefit. The steps are really quite simple to make these things. Just gather some materials and then measure and cut your paper. And use the miracle known to man as Mod Podge. I'll tell you about that later. Yep, see? And you use your magical washi tape to finish it off, and you will be organized and awesome looking. So, let's go down the steps on how to make these things. The first step is gathering materials. People like to grab as they go. Don't do that. Gather them all at once. It's going to save you time and prevent snags down the road. Sometimes you may not have the correct items. You may not have enough items. It'd be awful if in the middle of you're jamming out, you have a journey on the back and your background, you're going along, and all of a sudden you have to stop and go get something. You're going to ruin the flow of your craft. So make sure you have all your stuff ready. Materials needed to make our cereal box holders are thus: ruler, scrapbook paper. This stuff is awesome. It's so pretty. Look. You know, all these pretty colors. You can also get manly ones. They have manly ones too, with like, you know, tools or Dallas Cowboys or that's not really, never mind. But you know what I'm saying. You can get your manly kind. We've also got Mod Podge, Elmer's glue. This is washi tape. It's just like duct tape that's small, expensive, and colorful. Need a brush, scissors, felt, and a pen and paper. With these materials, we can make our beautiful cereal box file holders. Now, the first step you're going to, or second step you're going to do in your cereal box holders is measure and cut your box. Take your box, empty cereal box. You can eat a whole box of cereal in one night. Highly recommend it. Take it and you just simply measure. What you want to do is just measure kind of where you want to cut, and then take your pen and mark. And here's the most important part. Write your measurements down. You're not going to remember. The phone's going to ring, the kids are going to yell, there's some Pop-Tarts are going to pop out your toaster or something. You're going to forget your measurements and do it all over again. Write them down. So measure your box, write them down. After you got your measurements, draw a line, mark them with a ruler. Don't freehand it. We're not Bob Ross here. We're just going to like that, and then you're going to cut your box. But your box should have a shape similar to this, so you can fit your files in. A piece right here. The next step you're going to do is you're going to use your measurements, or measure your box again, because it's shorter now. Measure your box. Take these measurements, write them down, and then you're going to cut out your paper. I have a piece cut out here. You want to cut out the sides, the front, and the back. Also want to do the inside, so make doubles. Make sure you mirror. When you're cutting the sides out, don't cut out two shapes that look the same. Make them different. I did that once. I had to chop it up, and it didn't work. So mirror the sides. Then you want to cut and measure felt for the bottom. So do the bottom, cut two, one for outside, one for inside. Okay, the third step in making your awesome cereal box file holders is Mod Podge. Mod Podge is a gift from God. Mod Podge is the most amazing stuff on earth. It is an all-in-one decoupage glue, sealer, and finish. This is from the Michaels website, store. You can check it out. You can smell the amazing chemical varnish. It just makes you feel happy inside. It's quick dry, it dries clear, and it has a glossy finish. So there's plenty of different formulas. This is the classic gloss formula. I'm glad there's a glossy finish. Let's see, there is a matte, there's a satin, which is a soft finish, there's a fabric Mod Podge, there's scrapbook, there's sparkle, there's glow-in-the-dark Mod Podge, there's outdoor Mod Podge, which is even more waterproof than this. I'm going to demonstrate now how we're going to how these are made. Here is the side of my cereal box. Take your Mod Podge, and like I said before, inhale the yummy, it's like smelling Sharpies or permanent markers. I did that when they were a kid. Take your brush and just dip it in, get a big old generous slap, and just nice layer up and down, get it all around. You don't want to use too much, but you don't want to use too little either. Too little Mod Podge is actually a bigger problem than using too much, surprisingly enough. So cover all the back of it here, and once it's evenly coated, a nice place to put your brush. If you were somewhere else, you'd have a place planned, but I didn't think that far ahead. So just there, and okay. And you just take it and you put it on the side. Best part about this is it's quick drying, but if it doesn't line up right, you can always reset it. Try to get your wrinkles on there. All right, see? You just do that, and this is already, I staged it, but just do that, repeat all around, put all the boxes on, all the sides on your box. Here you go. Now, after you let the Mod Podge dry, what you want to do, so everything's dry, take your Mod Podge again, and then brush the outside too. This is why Mod Podge is awesome. It's also a sealant. It's going to seal it, it's going to make it durable, it's going to make it waterproof to an extent, and it looks glossy. It doesn't like you just glued some paper on cardboard. It looks kind of more professional that way. So you want to glue all that. So that's that step. The next step you want to do is, to make your cereal boxes, is the felt. So we have felt on the bottom, here. So if you're using these, it slides easier. Slide in that, and tear the bottom of your box up. It's also felt inside, so it protects the bottom of your files. It won't snag, just looks a little better. Felt likes to soak up glue, so you want to use Elmer's. This is way too industrial for that. So just a little bit of Elmer's, just a very itty-bitty light coating with the brush. Apply to the bottom and inside, and then take something heavy and like a big book and put it inside and kind of weigh the felt down so the felt sticks. All right, so that was the fourth step. The very last step, the fifth step of making your own cereal box file holder, is the washi tape. Like I said, this is just very expensive but yet cheap duct tape. But it's cute. What you want to do is just want to go around the corners, which this is still wet, so I probably won't do it now. But all the edges, just tape the edges. It takes about like a double coat, it takes two. It reinforces the corners, makes it stronger, and it looks nice because you see how like the pattern, you can see the edges and you can see the pen marks. It covers them up, it makes it look more professional. All right, and those are the steps involved in making your own cereal box file holder. One more time, we gather our materials all at once. We measure and we cut. We glue with our wonderful Mod Podge, and we use our washi tape to do the edges. These, I guarantee you, will be the envy of everybody in your office. When your jealous coworkers come up to you and they say, "Wow, where'd you get that?" You can proudly say, "You can't get it anywhere. I made it myself." So guys, this is just the beginning. I mean, with the skills I've imparted with you today, there's no telling how far you can go in your career. Thank you very much.